Tim.
Just.
All right, we're on.
What's up, you two? It's your minute, damn man.
Just like before.
Everything you've said to me up until this point.
I took one step closer to the edge, and now I am about
Not
to break.
quave.
I'm about to quave.
Quave.
Who is J.R. Quillman?
J.R. Quillman. Oh my gosh.
One time when we for the like our parents were gonna put an ad in the back of the yearbook, like the thanks to the group of guys, you know?
Right.
And so we all went to like Red Rock and took a picture on that thing. And Andrew had just had his eyes dilated, so he had on this like Back to the Future
Oh yeah, I
style
know
like
glasses.
and so he had to take. They were like, take him off for it, and so he had to have his eyes shut during the picture. And so that happened during it. But then we passed around a sheet of paper to write our names, so we knew the order of them. And so I wrote my name, and then I skipped about 5 spaces, and I wrote a name that we often used. That was J.R. Queefman, the bottom. And so we're all like, we're doing like, we've all written our names, and then we get them back to the parents, and we're all leaving. And someone's mom goes, who is J.R. Quillman?
Oh my god.
And it was, and I just like sprinted to my car and just like busted out laughing.
Those pictures were so dumb in retrospect. What were we doing?
They're just all standing there. Like, you know, just like we often did, just hanging out at Red Rock, and it, like we're, you know, half of us kneeling.
Yeah.
All right,
Bad times.
let's
Bad
start it.
times. God's sorrow.
Oh man, that should be the anthem for the Thunder season. But I'm about to brick. Everything you say to me. Think we want that closer to the edge, and I'm about to brick. I'm about to brick. Quaif. Okay, ready?
Mm-hmm.
I'm Stephen Adams. This is Down to Doug. I'm miffed and peeved. That's not the words. What do I say?
Hello, I'm Alex Sabrinas. I'm not miffed and piffed. I'm about to dunk. I'm not miffed and piffed. Hello, I'm Alex Sabrinas. I'm not miffed and piffed. I'm down to dunk.
I'm Stephen Adams. I'm not miffed and peeved. I am down to dunk.
Yo, this PG and I'm down to dunk.
Good morning and welcome to episode 6 to 9 of Down to Dunk.
Did you say 6 to 9?
Yes, I did. Nice. You can find us on CLNS Media, DailyThunder.com, radio at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or of course anywhere you subscribe to your podcast. I am Luke.
Ooh,
Joined this morning by Andrew
slam through.
and Taylor.
Everything you say to me.
Step closer to the edge.
I need a little room to breathe.
Step closer to the
Slam through.
What's up, dudes?
Classic game last night.
Hey, guys, before we do that, we're selling
Right.
shirts. Buy them. Big Cartel.
This is the last weekend to buy them before we put the order in.
What's
Yeah.
the website?
bigcartel.downtodunk.com.
All right.
And no, we don't have PG fried rice shirts. And there's some logo shirts left.
But the shirt we're selling right now is I don't believe in small markets.
I don't
with
believe in them.
Russ. And it's a really good design. I think the designer who made it did a really good job.
Mhm.
There's 2 color options. Go on there and get you one. This is the last weekend we're taking pre-orders, so go get yourself one.
You should do that.
Andrew,
Classic game. Huh?
Classic.
instant classic.
147-154 loss in San Antonio. Okay. Somehow the Thunder were in this game and nearly won as the Spurs shoot 56.6% from the field, 84.2% from 3.
I was going to bring that up.
89.7% from the free throw line. They missed 3 free throws. They shot 29. And LaMarcus Aldridge had a career high 56 points on 33 shots. And the Thunder still almost won the game.
Yeah, and they were behind the whole game.
They were down by like 10 to 15
The
throughout
entire game.
And then they just really Abdul Nader came in and was awesome.
He was awesome.
And helped bring them back. That second unit, it was like it was Diallo and Nader and Schroeder. They just brought the team back.
Schroeder was awesome in that second half.
He was good in the second half.
Mhm.
Yes, he defended well. I thought the team overall defended really, really well last night. That was it sucks that they lost, but the team is back. Like
I'll tell you what.
from where they were
The
the past 2 games.
the amount of guts.
For real
we saw
though.
from
Like
this
I know
team.
you're like joking and like
I know
being
I'm
weird.
I'm
but yeah.
kind of not joking though. I'm really not joking.
I know, but you are.
Well, so the Spurs shot, you gave the percentages. This was also probably one of the best shooting performances we've seen from the Thunder this season too.
Yeah.
Because they shot over 50% from the field, 66% from free throw, whatever, we're moving on. 3%, they shot 42.9% from 3 over the game on 35 shots. That was really good.
and it's basically Terrence Ferguson.
Terrence Ferguson.
Because no one shot the 3 well besides him.
Well, you mentioned Nader coming in and helping, but Terrence Ferguson played 41 minutes that game, and he was great offensively.
He was awesome. 7 for 10 from 3, 21 points.
2 huge threes in the fourth quarter.
Goodness. One from the one that Russell threw to him, where
Yes.
Russell
Yes.
pump faked himself because he was wide open and no one was even going near him. He pump faked, and you could tell you could see the inner battle that Russell Westbrook is going through right now in that one play.
Yeah.
Where he wants to shoot it, but he sees a wide open Terrence Ferguson who can actually shoot threes, and he ends up throwing it to him. And Terrence hits the shot.
And you know what, which is good. Russ needs more positive reinforcement when he's making decisions like that, because a lot of times when he makes the right decision, the end result is not the good one.
Right.
But also, he almost turned the dang ball over when he did that.
I know.
There was a Spurs
traveled.
player right there. Well, he almost traveled, and there was a Spurs player right there. If they were, why would any player be like, oh, I think he's going to pass this? Russ is taking that shot 99% of the time.
He had
But
24 assists. It was the best passing performance of his career.
it was
I think.
amazing.
That's a career high in assists, and he controlled the game with his passing.
Mm-hmm.
And he's done that before, but not to this extent.
Mm-hmm.
He was unbelievable.
That is why they were able to come back. They were able to stay, not get down more than 10 to 15 all game. And they kind of kept it there, kept the Spurs
Chipped
back
away.
a little bit. Chip away. Right at the end. Boom! Get him right in the kisser.
Yeah, Jeremy Grant hit a 3, and then Ferguson hit that 3.
Mm-hmm.
They played so well as a team. I thought Paul George didn't have the best game, but he ended up with like 30 and 8, 3 steals and an assist. But I didn't think he had the best game. He had some opportunities there at the end. One that was taken away by the officiating crew. They continued to go to the replay, and I talked about this on Thunder After Dark last night, but I'm still kind of pissed about it because they kept going to the replay, and there were like 50-50 calls
Mm-hmm.
where if they went one way or the other, you could see it. And every 50-50 call went to the Spurs. And I think I obviously you can't confirm something like this, but I think this officiating crew liked to get cheers from the crowd. Just throwing that out there.
Huh. Interesting
sense.
take.
I just think they did a bad job.
Mm-hmm.
I think they did a really bad job. Did you see what Shea Serrano tweeted?
What did he say?
He said something to the effect of,
I was not on Twitter last night. What did he say?
"Thank you to the
Oh.
the refs have really been giving calls in the favor of the Spurs." He didn't say it that way, but like it was like, "Thank you
Yeah.
for doing this for us,"
Yeah.
kind of thing. I mean, anybody that watched the game, you saw that there was they leaned toward the Spurs in every situation that they could, which was weird. It was weird. And I'm not a guy that typically looks at the refs and say, you know what, they did something wrong. I think that it's not like they did something wrong. I just feel like they favored the Spurs and in times where important calls needed to be made.
And you know what? Maybe they didn't even realize that they had a bias.
They may have not. I don't know. But
A lot of us don't.
It was a frustrating game. And I think the most frustrating call was the Paul George technical foul in double overtime. Because that's just something that you'd never see. And Paul doesn't need to complain at every single time. And that's why he got it. I'm convinced that that's why he got it, because he complains after every time he gets touched. And I think that was just kind of the last straw for him. Where he's like, all right.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, shut up when I'm talking to you.
Yeah, shut up.
So overall, though, this Thunder team played great last night. And if the Spurs just shoot an average percentage, the Thunder destroy them.
You know what makes me so mad too? Like Aldridge getting 56 points over, a 2 overtime game doesn't really bother me that much. He can do that. What bothers me is all these players on the Spurs that are hitting all of these off the dribble contested threes. They missed 3 3-pointers last night. 2 of them came from DJ White. I mean, they had players. These players did not miss a three.
Not former Thunder player.
Sorry,
DJ White.
Derek White. Derek White, not DJ White. Bryn Forbes, 3 of 3. Patty Mills, 3 of 4. Bellinelli, 5 of 5. And all of those threes were insane from Marco Bellinelli.
Contested, off balance.
He's like running. His body's moving in the air as fast as he was running to that spot. And then Davis Bertans, 4 of 4. Freaking Davis Bertans.
Well, we get a chance to take it back to him tomorrow night.
Yeah. Let's hit
It's
him
true.
right in the kisser.
It's true. But it's a frustrating loss, but at the end, like, you can't say the Thunder did X to lose the game.
Mm.
They played really well. And the Spurs just shot the lights out.
They did.
Has anyone ever shot the lights out? Like actually shot the lights out?
I'm sure with a gun.
Yep.
Is that
Okay.
the thing?
Yeah.
Oh, do you think so?
Is that why why do we say that for basketball?
You shut the lights out.
Because he shot so well. It's I don't know.
Yeah. Thank
Yeah. Huh.
you. But anyways,
Look, your mic is like a foot away from me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
they've lost 3 in a row, but this team is back on track. And if they can play like that or anywhere close to that, they don't even have to shoot that well. I think that they'll beat the Spurs here in Oklahoma City. And then moving forward, they've got Atlanta on Tuesday. They just need to go in and crush Atlanta. And then they have the Lakers Thursday, which we're supposed to be getting an update on LeBron the day before that on when he's going to return, which makes me think that he's not going to be back for that game.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lakers without LeBron are just not very good. I know they've won some games without him, but they're just not very good.
Why would he come back that game against the Thunder, his first game back? Like,
TNT, man. I like to be on TNT.
He loves that song. It's his favorite song.
do you guys
hear it?
like that video of when he's playing it live at Red Rocks? Have you seen that?
Yeah,
It's been going all around.
Yes, it is a good
social
video.
media. It's really good. I
John
really like
Tesh, baby.
it. John Tesh. So the Spurs, this is insane. The Oklahoma City has a record of 25-16 in the 3 seed. Spurs are the 6 seed with a record of 25-18. Somehow the Spurs have come back into the mix, baby, and they're probably going to end up as the -1 seed in the West.
They've been really good, man. They've been good. LaMarcus was unbelievable. Somebody asked the question, and I don't see who it was, but was the defense bad on LaMarcus? The answer is absolutely not.
No.
And a part of LaMarcus going off in overtime was that Steven got hurt. So Steven tweaked his ankle. He had to leave. He ends up coming back for overtime, which was just amazing. And then he tweaks it again on that dunk that ended up sending the Thunder into double overtime.
Mhm.
But him being hurt, I mean, I said that I think the Thunder can win Saturday night. I don't know if they can without Adams, and I don't know what his status is. But I would guess that that ankle is probably not okay,
Mhm.
and that he might miss a little bit of time,
No.
which is concerning because now they don't have
Sorry.
now they don't have Noel, now they don't have Adams. I mean, Jeremy Grant is going to play 48 minutes on Saturday,
But even Jeremy Grant is a good defender, but
it's not big enough.
he's just not tall enough. Like LaMarcus Aldridge, if that turnaround jumper is going, sorry, it's just
There's nothing you can
there's
do.
nothing you can do.
And they guarded it really well.
Yeah,
I don't.
yeah.
It's like Dirk's turnaround.
Right.
Like, what do you can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
If he can shoot it, there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
But LaMarcus was really good. I don't know what they do with the big spot if Adams doesn't play. Now that you don't have Noel, don't have Adams. You start Jeremy Grant, you play small, you're gonna have to play Patterson probably 25 minutes. And Patterson got killed by LaMarcus because LaMarcus is so much stronger than he is.
Yeah.
So much stronger. Because what other I mean, I think they need to bring Deontay in to play some of the big spot.
Which is Deontay's like 6. How tall do you think Deontay is? 6'4"?
I think he's probably 6'3", 6'4", but he's freaking strong.
Right.
He's 250 pounds. He's huge.
I know he's strong, but like you
But
said,
who else
you
is
have to
going to play
have-
that spot? Who else is going to
No
play that
one,
spot?
man. Jay Smith.
Bring in Jay Smith.
Call him up. It's his time.
It's your time, God LaMarcus.
I would actually love to see Jay guard 6'10".
Oh my God.
LaMarcus Aldridge.
It would be awesome.
Be
be
but for
terrible.
real, I don't know what this team looks like without Steven Adams because he was really good as well.
He's so key for Russ's playmaking too. Basically he's Russ's plan B every time Russ is making a
Every time.
decision.
Mhm.
Every time. So if you take that away, it's not just Steve off the court, but now it kind of cuts it Russ's branches, you know.
Yeah. You know what else is like cut branches? Anthem Beer, an Oklahoma City brewery that we are big fans of here at Down to Dunk. Whether it's their Golden One, their IPA, Arjuna, Ouroboros, or OK Pills, all available at any local liquor store, or one of their unique concoctions available only at their tap room downtown. Anthem Beer will take your night from good to great. Their tap room also has some food trucks there. They have live music on Friday. Support those that support us. Anthem Brewing Company, made on earth by humans. Guys, let's jump right into those TQs.
I feel like we could talk about this game for probably 45 minutes.
A lot of the questions
Are about the game.
are about the game, and that we can refer back to the gum.
Are you sure?
Okay.
Hey, our first question comes from @Milady, who wants to know if the Thunder Spurs could swap a single player from each team in the same position, who would you swap? You can ignore salary, trade deadlines, etc.
If you could have one player from the Spurs, who would it be? And who would you give up from the Thunder? Marcus Aldridge.
LaMarcus Aldridge for Patrick Patterson. They play the same position.
Boom.
There it is.
What about like a role player that's not a big star?
I think Derek White's looking pretty good. Bryn Forbes is better. I
Is
don't
he?
trust these guys though. Bellinelli's good. You know what? Everyone is always sad to have Bellinelli on their team.
Yeah.
And then he's always good for their team.
Yeah,
When
he's
has-
okay. He doesn't
like,
defend.
He doesn't defend. No, he doesn't. When has anyone ever expected him to defend though? That's the
I'm
thing.
just saying that's why you can't. I mean, he doesn't close games for them.
No, he doesn't. But he helps you. I mean, when you're a shot maker like that, he is elite. You want players that are elite at skills, right? Bellinelli is an elite shooter.
Yeah, you know he'd shoot 34% for the Thunder though.
But he never, I think everyone thinks that, and he just never does. He just shoots well all the time.
I'm just telling you.
And all the time. Marco is good.
He did. I would take Derek White.
Yeah, I like Derek White.
I would
For who?
almost trade Schroeder for Derek White.
Ooh.
run him as your backup point.
Oh, Schroeder's been so good. What's your deal?
I like Derek White, and I want him to have playing time.
This is a self-fulfilling
It is. Last night was a really weird 2006 or
Yeah.
2017 NBA draft moment battle for me
Mhm.
because you had Ferguson battling with Derek White, and Derek was awesome. He hit that huge three down the stretch. He only hit one
Mhm.
three last night. It was that one. He had that block where he ends up getting hit in the head by Jeremy Grant. He's bleeding everywhere.
That was
But he's-
such a good block that I wanted to be a foul.
It was really good. And he was finishing on the basket. He was awesome, man. He was really good. He could not defend Russell at all, but he was good for the Spurs on the offensive end. I like Derek White quite a bit.
Let me
I
ask-
wouldn't trade him for sure. I mean, if I could trade anyone, it would not be Schroeder for Derek White. But I just want to give a shout out to Derek White because he was awesome.
I also want to say, Derek White, why are you trying to look like slow-mo Kyle Anderson? Like he
does.
changed his facial hair and his topple hair,
His topple hair.
scalpel hair.
What do you think about his look?
I don't like it.
I don't like it either.
It doesn't look good. Like
It's too much.
it works for slow-mo for some reason, but it's like, I mean, he really looks just like,
Just a shrunken slow mo.
yeah. It's weird.
Shrunken.
I mean, he
slow-mo,
doesn't
that's a-
play like him, but
No, he's good. He's really athletic. I thought he was good.
he is. He had 8 assists last night. Wow.
How about your boy DeMar DeRozan?
No.
He was terrible.
Yeah.
Which was
Surprising?
great. It was great to see. The
No.
Thunder defended him
Any-
really well.
It's so funny, man. All these games, it's so great. It's like so easy to be against DeMar DeRozan.
Oh my gosh, it's so easy.
Because he will, you can talk trash on him and he will back it up. He will always give you just enough bad games, especially in crucial times when everyone's watching. And he'll have some, and this isn't to say DeMar is great in some games. Obviously he is.
Sure he is.
Not.
One of the plays that was really frustrating was when he fouled Steven Adams at the end of the double overtime, and PG hits the three, and then they're like, "Nope, foul on DeMar DeRozan."
I know,
and take away the
man.
three. It was just like, really? Like that's one of the 50-50 calls that I think you could say Steven was setting a screen on DeMar. There's going to be contact on a screen. You can't call the initial contact a foul because he's trying to keep him away from Paul George, and he's using his body to do so. And I think the foul occurred as Paul George was shooting. And there's a video that the NBA referees put out. I just think that there was contact before then, and then he continued the contact as a foul when Paul George was shooting. You can't call an initial contact on a screen the start of a foul. I just don't think you can do that.
I hate that too because it takes away the advantage of the team
right
that is getting the foul called for them.
And it happened twice. It happened. Derek White
Yeah.
fouled Paul George on the fast break. He had released the ball, fouled him. Dennis Schroeder had the wide open layup. That should be clear path.
Yeah.
Like he had in the simplest of terms, he had a clear path to a basket that Derek White stopped. Did he not? Was it not?
It was.
It just makes me so mad. That's like, those are the 50-50 calls I'm talking about, where you could see it either way. You could say, oh, like maybe Paul George had it still in his hand for a millisecond. It's just, it was frustrating.
Yeah, maybe even nanosecond, Hey, how good is Steve at missing a free throw right off the
Oh my
dang
goodness.
front rim?
Right to himself.
Can you believe he did
Catches
that
it
again?
in midair, throws it to a shooter, and they just missed. But it was
If you're so good at that, why are you not hitting 100% of your threes? That to me says you are right on the money.
or why don't they run that as a set play, like in the middle of a game?
If he's that good at it,
You know what I mean?
because maybe he knows they're that good, and they're like, this is our secret.
They should put
Weapon.
Paul George or Ferguson as like the primary rebounder, like on the low block next to the center, and then just have him when Steve throws it, shoot out to the corner. and do like they should do that. That
Hmm.
should be a Thunder play
I think so.
because you can't. They're not that player that is not going to guard
Mm-hmm.
the guy going to the corner. And Steven, we've seen him do it twice, and it looks effortless.
Like
for
on
him.
purpose twice. It's so
It looks
weird.
it looks effortless. It looks like he knows exactly how to throw it. And I mean, I honestly
Maybe they practice it.
I
Maybe like the
I bet he does practice it. I bet
You
he's
know,
practiced
like-
it a lot.
because you guys media can't go to practice until practice is over, correct?
Yeah.
Or can you or until it's like just shoot around practice or
right,
whatever.
right.
But I wonder, Andrew, maybe they already have that as a play.
I'm just saying, run it in Atlanta.
Yeah.
in the second quarter. Just
No, man, you got to save that for a moment. You got to save that for the right moment.
I
Last
just-
night was
I-
the right moment. The Russ one last year
How do
was
you-
the right moment.
okay. How do you defend it? How do you defend that? Like, I
It's-
don't know why you save it because there's no way to defend it. Because you can't keep a guy you can't keep a defender over there. The defenders have to be in the lane or they have to be in the backcourt. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so it doesn't matter if they know you're doing it or not.
Right. Just Ferguson on one side and then Paul George on the other. Shoot him to the corners as he releases the ball.
Unless you're the opposing team and you're the one closest to Steve. And so then as soon as he throws it up, you just jump and you just stand in front of Steve and try to get the ball, steal the ball when it comes back to Steve.
I just don't know that you can do it fast enough.
I don't know.
Be crazy. Hey guys,
This is a stupid conversation.
let's
I
move
don't
on.
think so. I think it's something they're going to think about.
Let's move on to our next Twitter question. It comes from Ben Elephant King, who wants to know if you could switch the upper and lower bodies of two OKC role players to make one, who would you choose? So we want to make one OKC role player with two torsos and one with two legs or four legs stacked on top of each other and then a head on top of the legs. That's what we're trying to make. That's what we're trying to make.
I'm not
How do
sure.
they
It's-
shoot? How do
Well,
they
I
shoot?
don't know, but the other will be able to shoot really well,
I'm not sure,
but not run very fast. It's we don't ask why. It's a crime against God, but we're gonna make it.
Yeah.
Nerlens Noel's legs. I don't know. Maybe not.
I was gonna say Nerlens Noel's legs and Terrence Ferguson's
Legs.
legs.
Oh, he'd be so
torso.
tall.
Yes, and Deontay Burton's blockhead.
Oh man, yeah. I was gonna say, but I don't know because Terrence has some pretty good legs himself. The dude can freaking jump.
Yeah, but what if they were just like 8 inches taller?
Yeah.
That'd look cool. Giraffe legs.
Who else? What other role players?
I'm not thinking about this seriously. I just want to make funny looking bodies.
Okay. Here's
so
a,
like Deontay Burton's torso on
here's a good one.
Raymond Felton's torso.
Ew.
Okay.
What about Diallo's bottom half
Okay.
and Nader's top half? Where you have like a super athletic Abdul Nader.
Ooh, that would be fun. That would be awesome.
Because he's not, that's the thing that holds him back from being like a legit role player on a consistent night because
Mhm.
he can't move as quick as
Mhm.
these other guys.
Mhm.
But it could if
So-
he had
can't-
Diallo's
He
legs.
can now.
And Diallo can't shoot it. And Nader really can. Nader
That's
can,
true.
Nader can really score. I think that's probably the one.
So they say that like our mind doesn't actually our mind does control our body, but our body kind of has a mind of its own as well. Like a body has memory, just like we have detailed memories in our head, in our brains. So if this is the case, if we give Nader Hami's legs, does his brain kind of get like that way of thinking, that way of playing a little bit as well? Or can Nader only play the way Nader plays with Hami's legs?
He might need some practice, but
Like some
When
a
he
little
did-
more aggressiveness
when he-
inserted into his
when
game.
he hits his head on the rim the first like 4 times that he jumps, I think he'll figure it out. Because he's gonna attack the rim and try to jump as high as he can, right?
Yeah, but like Nader, I want him to attack the rim more because he has a little bit of Hami in him now. You know
what I'm
what
saying?
I
I
mean?
think he'll figure it out after some practice. After he
You think
switches
he'll
the,
adjust? You think he'll adapt?
after they switch body parts and he practices, I think he'll figure it out. It may take a few games to adjust, but in time he could be the starting shooting guard for the
species,
Thunder.
we're pretty good at adaptation.
Yeah, exactly. Hey guys, let's move on to our next Twitter question. It comes from @Cody, son of Steve, who wants to know what's the worst music that you love to listen to.
Taylor?
Reanimation.
It might be Linkin Park.
It really might be.
It is good.
What's so funny is no one disagrees with Hybrid Theory, them liking Hybrid Theory.
It's fantastic.
But I think
from start to
everyone would
finish.
say like, yeah, it's probably not good.
Does it hold up
Because
though?
it's new metal.
But like, here's my question: is it good?
I don't know if it is, but would you listen to it now?
Yes.
Yes, but
you
do I
listen to it-
listen to it now because of nostalgic reasons?
I don't know. Do you?
I don't know.
I do.
It's confusing.
I do.
No, but what if it's just good, and we're like too?
I think it was good at the time. I don't think it's. I wouldn't listen to it now. I wouldn't listen to it now and be like, "This is so good."
No, I wouldn't think to myself, "This is so good," but I like it.
But there's music that I listened to back in the day that I listen to now. I'm like, "This is actually like really good."
Yeah.
Third Eye Blind. Listen to it now. I'm like, "This is actually like pretty good." Like this holds up. I don't think that Linkin Park holds up, and I think that that's at this point, if you're still listening to it, it's a guilty pleasure.
I would kind of argue that Third Eye Blind might be that way too. And I'm not saying it's not good.
There's some,
but holds up is a different.
I don't know that
That's
it
a
is.
different question.
I don't know that it is.
That style was very from its age, from its time.
Mm-hmm.
And like I think that I think it was just good.
It was good.
It's good, but I
It's
don't know
still
if Third Eye Blind came out with that album now. I don't think
It would do a
be
lot
like-
better than new metal would.
Yeah, that's for sure.
True.
Well, that's for sure. And does Linkin Park just kind
If
of
Semi-Charmed Life came out right now, I think that people would still that song holds up. Not all of their songs hold up. I think that song holds up more
Mhm.
than anything else. You know what I mean?
I get what you're saying. I don't know if I agree yet. And when I mean I don't know, I mean I don't know if I agree.
Honestly, I don't listen to enough new music to know if anything would fit into the new style of music that
Mhm.
people listen to
Mm-hmm.
because I'm old. I don't know.
You know, I still am finding myself falling into the Kanye trap. It's like every time Kanye puts out a new album, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna give it a shot. I wonder if it's good. And it's been bad. It's just bad, man.
I'm the same way. I'll listen to it if it's a new Kanye stuff, and I'll be like, does he still have it? I don't know.
But
It's-
what bad music do you like though? That's the question.
I don't know how do you answer this question? Because I bet I like a lot of music that you guys would not like and say is bad.
This is what
Okay.
I'll say.
That's
This is the worst music that I like to listen to. There is some hold music on calls that I do like to listen to.
Excuse me?
Yeah,
You have
and
to-
that's
you're gonna-
probably the answer.
That cannot be your
I-
only explanation. You're gonna have to go into more detail.
Like I'll be calling like I'll be calling like like an insurance company or something. They'll put me on hold
yeah.
and they'll be playing something. I'm like, this kind of bangs. It's like I like this, and so I'm just like loving it. And then I was like they answer. I was like, she's getting like pretty good.
Can you put me back on hold?
Can
You ever
put me-
asked to be back
Hey,
on
can you put
hold?
me back on hold? Like you guys are playing some great music. Or I just call and go, hey, can you put me on hold for like the next 10 to 20 minutes?
You're like, oh man, the song almost gets to the good part, but it just keeps repeating because that's what it's
That's what it
supposed to
does. Yeah, I do like that.
I was a big pop punk fan.
do. That's a good one.
People would probably say like Newfound Glory and Blink-182 and bands like that are not good, but I really, really liked them.
Man, time just changes though. Culture just changes and tells us that things aren't good
I like,
when they were good.
I like power chords.
They were good.
They were good. They still are.
Okay.
Guys, let's.
I don't know. This
I
is a
can't-
weird. It's a hard question.
I've been trying to get
answer.
an I've been trying to get an answer out of you, and you just won't do it. So
Out of me.
yeah.
Next question.
I don't. I don't.
I don't know why you won't do this. I don't know why this is so hard.
Okay, I'll
Okay.
really try to think about. I'll just interrupt conversation
Here's-
throughout the podcast.
Here's another worst song that I like to listen to. John Cena's theme song from wrestling.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Boo, 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 boo. It's now in a Chrysler commercial. Boo, 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 boo. Boo, 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 boo. That one.
Yeah, I don't know it.
John Cena raps in it. You should listen to it because it's not good, but you'll remember it.
I don't know who John Cena is.
Oh, come on. And you called him John Cena?
John Senile.
All right, guys, let's move on to our next Twitter question. It comes from @CBeat34. Who wants to know, do you think Presti uses the trade exception from the Melo Schroeder trade at the deadline or in the summer so we can make more attractive offer and attach our first round pick?
I guess he'd use it in the summer. I don't know that they want to add a ton of salary to this squad this year. They're paying, I think their luxury tax bill is like 70 something million. I don't think they'll go to add more to that this season. I just don't think it makes sense for this current team. When you have guys, if it was like last year's roster where you don't have very many young guys to develop and you need new players and you feel like you can make a run, then I think it makes sense. With this roster, I think that the developmental minutes for guys like Terrence Ferguson and Diallo and Nader to an extent are too important to try to bring somebody else in, and even Jeremy Grant. So I just don't know that it makes a ton of sense unless you're able to get a player that is just a game changer for the next 3 years that you would otherwise not be able to get. But I just don't know if that guy is going to become available that's making 10 million or less. I don't know that it makes enough sense then, but I do think that in the summertime at free agency or before free agency, there's going to be teams that are wanting to make a play for somebody that have a $7 million player that may want to trade him into the Thunder trade exception. And the Thunder may do that in the summertime so they can take on his contract then and then, be able to make more of a title run next year. So I think it makes more sense. They may not end up using it at all, but I think that they will be better positioned to use it in the summer.
Do people think Foo Fighters and Incubus are bad?
Yeah. I mean, if you're listening to Foo Fighters now,
Yeah.
People
think Foo Fighters are bad?
I
Because
don't-
I think they're good. I really do think they're good.
okay.
I enjoy some Foo Fighters.
Yeah,
But are they bad? But are
They're
they
not bad.
I would make
Okay.
fun of you some. Yeah. If we hopped in your car and you,
How's Incubus now? Times are not aging well for Incubus. I'll say
there's
that.
some of their, I don't know. They're fine.
You know who I like that people would consider bad? Hanson.
Yeah. I guess.
It's good.
Next question.
Next Twitter question comes from @Kobe Zeller, who wants to know, do you think Nader is a guy? He just doesn't seem to fit in the team by any means. He would much rather see Burton play.
He asked us before last night. Nader's just going to be inconsistent. He's not going to play like he did last night in every game. But if he gives you 9 to 10 points every other game or every 3 games, what is he, the 10th guy on this team, 11th guy on the team?
We had a 2 overtime game last night, and he played a total of
12 minutes. Like he's not a key rotation player, but in the absence of Alex Abrinas, I think he's a guy. I think that he's shown more than I thought that he would this season because he's taking guys off the dribble. He's able to attack a closeout. I mean, those are important things to do as an NBA guy. I don't know if he sticks on the Thunder. If and when Alex Abrinas comes back, I'm not sure that there's minutes for him. But I do think he's a guy, meaning that he can play. And I think he would play on other NBA teams too. I mean, if he was on the Rockets, he'd play 20 minutes a night.
Oh, yeah.
So I think he's a guy. Yeah.
I think he's a guy. And also, if he's inconsistent, give the man some time. He just started playing NBA
It's his
basketball with
second-
this team.
He's like almost a rookie, basically. He didn't really play much last year for
No.
the Celtics.
And he's just now playing with this
He was
team.
the G League MVP.
No.
He was with the
Wow.
Maine Red Claws. I think
Huh.
that's right.
Cool. You do have some G League knowledge on deck. Usually.
Sometimes.
What's up with that?
I don't know.
Hmm.
I don't watch the G League. If I, oh my God, I do not have time to watch the G League. I'll tell you.
Wait,
that.
but if you did have time, you would?
I would go to some Blue games. The Blue are fun. They're really good this year.
Yeah.
I mean, if I was a single guy, I didn't have nothing to do.
Dwight Bike's on our team again?
I don't think so.
Dwight
don't know.
Bike's still trying to get on a team?
Probably.
He probably is.
All right, our next Twitter question comes from @CadeMaters1, who says, in Bill Simmons' recent appearance on the Low Post podcast, he raved about this season's version of the Thunder, but still snuck the Harden trade in toward the end. How much redemption does this provide him, if any?
None. Not any. Oh, you want to point out that the Thunder are good this season and that Paul George is good this season? Wow. You want to give him credit for that? No way, dude. Stay away.
Get out of here, man.
No way, you idiot. And also, guys, don't let him come in. It is now like halfway through the season, and the Thunder have been good the whole year besides the first 4 games.
Yeah.
You know? Don't let him come in here and try to, because all he's
Don't
doing,
sneak in here now, Bill.
this is classic emotional abuse
It is.
tactics.
That's so true.
He's
It
trying to
is.
get back in.
And then when
Yeah.
the Thunder
Crisis.
lose in the second round or something, he's going to come back and he's going to jab you in the heart.
Because what happened? He beats you down, gives you something good, and you're like, "Ooh, this feels
Ooh,
good
sh-
coming from this person
I
who
should
kills me."
Yeah, I should download the podcast. I want to listen
Yes.
again. And just don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it to yourself. The Low Post with him was it was actually a really fun listen. But let that be it.
Yeah,
Just let that be the enjoyable time you
that's
have.
it, guys. You just listen to 2 men talk about basketball. Enjoy it.
Just
Move
enjoy
on
it,
with your life.
right?
That's okay.
Hey, if I'm a Thunder fan, here's a little prescription for you. Just don't listen to Bill Simmons' podcast and don't listen to Dunked On. And you know what your life will be?
Better.
Better. I promise you. I promise. If you're a sports fan and you like to listen to podcasts, go find other podcasts. There are thousands of them.
There are plenty.
Go listen to Sam Vecini's podcast. If you're looking for one, like, oh, I need one to replace Dunked On. Go listen to Sam Vecini's podcast. He's smart. He doesn't kill guys like those guys do. Go find another show because I promise you, you'll be happier for it. You don't have to listen to them. You don't have to do it.
Hey, guys. Let's move on to our next Twitter question. It comes from @Lansdalius, who says the schedule looks like it's about to get a lot harder. If Russ and the non-PG shooters keep struggling, at what point should we begin to worry?
I mean, this team is not going to be a good shooting team. You know?
I would say that I wouldn't call it struggling anymore. I would call it reality. Like the shooters aren't struggling. The shooters are shooting to their potential
Well,
or to their talent level.
I mean, some of them are, some of them aren't.
Who is struggling?
I mean, let's go look at like their overall percentages real quick.
Like Patrick Patterson, I'm not giving him any benefit of the doubt anymore. That's it.
You're done.
He's shooting 35% from the field, 30% from 3, 64% from free throw.
Yeah, that is really gross. He did hit a 3 last night.
He hit we're at the point to where if he hits a 3-pointer, everyone's so happy and
You could hear the
about it.
swish on TV on the broadcast too. It was cool.
It was cool. I heard that.
Okay, so here's the percentages. Nader's shooting 40% on the season.
Great.
That's his potential. Paul George 38.5%.
Great.
Terrence Ferguson's up to 36.5%.
And if you take away those first 3 weeks,
Yeah.
it'd be closer to 40%, if not over
Easily,
40%,
easily.
right?
Jeremy Grant 35%.
That's awesome.
That's a home run.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
Alex Abrinas 32%.
Been kind of a weird season though.
It's been a weird season for him.
Can't judge it
But
yet.
that's not right. Schroeder 31%.
That's probably right.
That's about right. Timothy, no, I'm just kidding.
Oh, yeah.
Russell Westbrook 22.9%.
It's coming up.
It's coming up from the 9%. That's not typical. I mean, that's if
Right.
Russell sustains that, that's not a great thing for this team. He'll shoot better than that. And then Hami, we just don't even know. He's shooting 19%, which that might be who he is, at least for today. So really, you're right that most people are shooting what they're going to
Yeah.
on the season. Except I think that Abrinas and Westbrook will shoot better. I just think they will.
Oh my gosh, I don't know if you guys talked about this, but sorry, this is I forgot to bring this up. The
Mhm.
Pistons game of last week.
Pistons.
Yes. Right? No, I'm sorry. Timberwolves game.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, I was like,
Timberwolves.
did the Thunder play the Pistons
Sorry, I'm
last
thinking
week?
of I'm bringing up Tolliver, and
Oh, yeah,
Tolliver's all
Anthony
over the place, so I'm
Yeah.
confused as
Yeah,
to what team.
We talked about Anthony Tolliver.
You did?
Alex
Okay.
and I did.
I was gonna say, like, in that game, are you like, okay, maybe the Tolliver for Patterson thing, maybe you'd have to include something with Patterson.
You have to
for
attach an
Tolliver.
asset
Yes.
to Patterson to get.
Yes.
He's at least good for that one game. It's that is just not the way. That's the Doc Rivers school of getting players on your team, though. You know, where they played well against the Thunder. They must just be the best player in the world. And then they get on the Thunder, you're like, oh, they play good every 4 games.
Right. True.
Just like every other NBA role player in the history of the NBA.
How much would we hate Andrew Wiggins if he was on our team? I would despise him if he was on our team. Playing for us every night, I would hate him. But as a Thunder fan, you're probably like, Andrew Wiggins needs more credit.
Man, look at him. Why do people bash him?
Sorry, I know you guys already talked about it. Just wanted
Yeah,
to ask that.
Wiggins, though, if he played for the Thunder, would average probably 40 points per game in Chesapeake Energy Arena.
Only in Chesapeake.
He plays so well there. He just does. And Antonio Daniels talked about this on the broadcast. There's like certain arenas that he loved to play in because he just played better there. And there were arenas that he hated to play at because he just didn't feel like he played well there.
How frustrating is that like that tells you how much of your game is mental, like how much you're capable of, but it's totally a mental
It's
thing.
so mental.
Yeah,
the game is so mental.
It's
really
mental,
is.
man.
It's mental.
It's wicked mental.
That's so metal. Hey guys, let's move on to our next Twitter question. It comes from @Avery MBC12, who wants to know whatever happened with Paul George's dead foot.
It's a good question.
Have you ever seen the movie Idle Hands with Devin Sawa?
Yeah,
where his hand is cursed or evil, and his hand, he doesn't have control of his hand. His hand is murdering people.
No,
it's a lot like that. Paul George. They've come to a truce.
It's like a comedy horror.
It's a comedy horror, and eventually he's like, and he cuts it off.
Luke, you're a comedy whore.
He cuts off his hand with a bagel cut in halfer, and cuts off his hand. So then his hand
bagel cut in halfer.
Yeah. It's like a
slicer,
bagel
bagel slicer,
bagel cut in half, or as they call it at Panera Bread.
And so he slices. So he cuts off his hand, and then his hand is alive still, and it runs around, is still killing people.
Yeah, insane. Man.
Do you like us to use the bagel cut in halfer, or do you want to?
I do not have bagels very often.
That is not an excuse.
I was going to call it.
Sorry, I don't know what it is.
I was going to. I should have called it it's a bagel guillotine. That's what it is. Same thing, but he uses it for his hand.
Is it guillotine or guillotine?
Same thing.
I can say both.
Okay. Tomato,
Is it Guillermo or Guillermo?
But it's that with Paul George's dead foot, except it's not an evil foot. They've become friends.
That's a good answer to the question.
Is that?
I don't know what question we just answered, but yes.
Next question.
Hey guys, I have our last Twitter question is this. Which one do we want to do?
Last one?
Do we want to do both?
Do we got time?
We're running
got time. Do both, bro.
We're running out of time. Okay, fine. Our second to last Twitter question.
We should do this all the time. Our fourth to last Twitter question
comes from @BigShotBob82, who says, with the last All-Star vote update, what is your takes about Paul George being a captain? Is Luka an All-Star? Is Luka the West captain? Does Stephen make the All-Star team?
So here, I do think that Paul George has a chance to be the captain because it can't be LeBron James because he was the captain last year.
Is that the rule? Can't be captain at all?
And Steph Curry can't be the captain either.
Why not?
because he was a
also
captain last year.
Oh.
So
Those are the two captains.
so it's not all fan voting, because if it was, Luka would win.
I love that.
In the second, you know who would be the second in waiting to be
Who?
captain? Derrick Rose.
What? Do
He's the second guard in voting.
you guys like Derrick Rose? As a
No,
person, I don't think
No,
I do.
I do not.
Absolutely
I don't
not.
either.
There's no
Okay.
chance.
Thank you.
So if Paul George can keep up this voting pace, there's a chance that, like, with the fan vote and with its players and media, like, it's all, I don't remember what percentage everything is, but there is a chance that Paul George ends up being the captain. I think that'd be cool. I think that'd be really cool.
It's televised this year.
It is televised.
Them picking teams.
I think
is televised
that-
this
Oh,
year. Yeah,
really?
isn't that
Oh,
great?
my
I think
gosh.
that Paul would struggle though, because he wants to make everybody happy.
I know. I kind of don't want him to do it.
It might be awkward.
I want to look out for my boy PG.
It'd be great if Luka was.
I
the
would
captain.
love that, dude.
It would be awesome.
I mean, all these stars in the league would hate if Luka Doncic was the.
Oh, they
captain.
would. Yes.
Oh my God, they would hate it.
So I'm trying to, like, who else, like, Harden is within striking distance.
Harden will probably end up getting it.
Maybe, but people don't like him. That's the thing. People don't like him as much as people like.
Media members would like you to believe differently.
It's just not true.
Yeah.
It's just not true. The general NBA fan that's not a Rockets fan does not like James Harden or like watching him play.
It's so funny, man. Jones, what's his name? Jones.
Nate Jones.
Nate Jones keeps asking, like, why don't people talk about his handle more? And he keeps asking it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he asked it the other day again too, and it's like, because, dude, people don't like watching him.
People don't know.
Oh wait, I thought it was Bayette.
Bayette. Bayette. Hey guys.
Is there a guillotine on this ballot?
Guillotine.
Steven Adams, though, 6th in front court voting. He has 1 million votes. Wow. 1 million.
Coaches might like him enough to.
He's still got a ways to go, but it's not impossible for him to get there. I don't think it'll
like the last spot.
I don't think it'll happen, but it's not impossible. He has 300,000 more votes than Nikola Jokic.
I love that, dude. People, and if I were a Nuggets fan, I would be really upset about that because
Can
people
you
love
imagine?
Steve. People love Steve.
He's great. He's great.
But when you have Jokic on your team and people just don't know, like the Nuggets just aren't
The number one,
interest to the general NBA fan.
right?
They just don't appeal to
They don't
the
have
general
they don't
NBA
have
fan.
like the star power.
No,
He
right.
is a superstar by play and numbers,
Mm-hmm.
but he's not a superstar by any other measure.
No.
If he had Steven Adams' personality, he might be the number one vote getter in the
Mhm.
Western Conference.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But like, what do you know about Nikola Jokic as a dude?
No, I mean, I know he wrestles his brothers, but that's because I read a Zach Lowe article about it.
Yeah.
Like the general NBA fan, it's like,
Oh, I know he wrestles his brothers.
I know that he
That's
used to
all I
drink a
know.
2-liter of Coke every day.
yeah. But we're like in this thing.
Yeah.
But most of the people who are voting don't know anything about the Nuggets.
What's weird about drinking a 2-liter of Coke every day? I did that in
It's
college.
terrible for you. You're gonna die.
When
at
he holds
50.
it, it looks like a 20 ounce.
in my old favorite thing, because I don't drink Coke anymore.
Yeah.
Every Sunday I'd get
I remember
a full
this.
Papa John's pizza and a 2-liter Pepsi, and I'd eat and drink them both.
Oh my god! Every Sunday.
Yeah, and it was fantastic. I loved it.
Did you play video games while you did it, or what?
Yeah,
Was it easy to do that, or were you was it a challenge? You were.
It was a lot easier than you'd think it would be.
Wow.
Oh yeah, I mean it was harder to eat the full pizza than to drink the full thing.
Oh man.
When you pour it in a hideaway cup, I mean it's only like 4 hideaway cups.
That's a
That's
lot.
a lot.
Only 4. What
It's only 4. What do you mean only 4 Hideaway cups? This thing's like 16 ounces.
It's only
I'm
4.
just telling you, man. You can do it if you tried. You have a full Sunday.
You still get down to some Papa John's?
Full
Yeah,
Sunday.
I don't do Papa John's anymore because it's racist pizza.
Oh, that's true. I forgot
And
about that.
They built a Little Caesars right here,
Yeah. Hot and ready.
and my Papa John's shut down.
Oh, it did.
Yeah, new Little Caesars, and their hot and ready thin crust pepperoni
Oh.
is fantastic.
Wait. Little Caesar's is already pretty thin, though.
Oh, it's thin crust. It's even thinner.
Thinner. Is it crispy?
It's so crispy.
Okay.
And
We
when
talking
you,
Mazio's crispy?
and when you put it in the fridge and then reheat it, it's still crispy because the crust is so thin.
Mazio's thin crust is like 2 little tiny layers of dough. And it just crisps up like a nice cracker.
It is. It
It's
is like
like
a
a-
saltine.
Yes, it's like a cracker with pizza toppings on
It
it.
is. I went to Andolini's in Tulsa yesterday. Freaking amazing. Took my whole family. It's great.
Did you guys just have a Tulsa day yesterday?
I went and worked in Tulsa yesterday. We
nice.
were in Tulsa. We went to the Gathering Place.
It's
Have you been?
Yes,
What is that?
Freaking unbelievable.
I've heard it. What is that?
it's the
a
park
park.
that they built. What's the name of the family? The Kaiser family, I think it
Yeah,
is.
they spent $500 million on this park.
It's 500 million. Is that what it was?
Yes.
And it's cool.
It's a free public park. It is massive. It's outrageous, dude. It's like Oklahoma City people were making fun of Tulsa people for talking about the Gathering Place all the time.
It's so cool.
It's like such a jealousy thing because it is incredible.
Really?
It is like one of the best things Oklahoma has to offer.
My
This
friend
is like
works
one
there.
part of it.
Yeah.
It's unreal. It is unbelievable.
Dude, Luke, you'd love it. It's huge. Like you walk into the entrance. By the way, it's right by the river.
Look
too.
at this twisty slide.
It's
Ooh,
amazing.
That
It
looks
was-
like Stars and Stripes.
And this doesn't
This
even
is Park.
this doesn't give you a good idea. Like
No.
taking a snapshot because
It's
it's
too-
it's a
so big.
whole environment of
Well, I'll make sure to go.
fun.
I go to Tulsa about once every 5 years, so I'll check it out in 2024.
It's hard to get up there, man.
This is the lodge. It is unreal. It is so nice.
They have a
It is so.
boathouse.
it
They
is
got a
so
big old
cool.
crematory.
It
They
is
got to
so
take that
cool.
down.
Hey, grandma tree. No, it's awesome.
It's not crema anymore.
It's so cool.
Did your kids feel like they're in a wonderland?
Yeah.
It
was-
It is a wonderland.
It's like the Disney World of parks.
it is. It
The-
truly is, and it is that large.
And you know what? This is only phase 1. They're doing 3 phases of it.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
Oh, and they built all. Did you see all those basketball courts they built right
Yes.
by the river too? It's
Yeah.
so awesome.
so cool. It's the coolest place.
I'm telling you, man.
There you go. All right, guys.
I don't know how we got there.
That was sponsored by the Gathering
Yeah,
Place.
This segment
paid
is
us-
brought to you by the Gathering Place.
They paid us $5 million for that.
Even though you don't have to
ad.
pay to get in.
They gotta
I don't know.
spend that money somewhere. 500 million.
500 million.
They gave us 5 million.
If you go to it
each.
though, it kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Like,
You're like, okay, yeah, I can see how they spent
it's a
500 million.
lot of
The detail that went
landscaping.
into every single thing they did.
Yeah.
It's all custom made.
Yeah.
All of it.
Yeah, they hired this like parks designer from Europe. To,
spared no
remember
expense.
no, they didn't.
Last time I heard
real.
that.
It's free. A free public park.
Last time
amazing.
I heard that, spared no expense. Dinosaurs ate everybody.
I'd pay $25 for my kids to get into that park.
You would? You would pay $25. That's more than Whitewater.
Yes. I
That's
would.
more than
But
Frontier
it's that
City.
good, and you could spend more time at the Gathering Place than
It's,
you could at
it's
Whitewater.
better. Yeah. Yeah. I would do it.
Is it bigger than Whitewater?
Yes. Oh yeah, it's bigger.
Is it bigger
White-
than Frontier City?
Yeah, it's bigger. I think it's bigger than
Yes.
Frontier City.
Yes.
Dang, man, that's wild. Does it have a roller coaster?
No, it's a park. It's just like a big giant park.
Frontier City is a park. It
An
is an
amusement
amusement park.
This is not
Still a park.
Okay.
Still a
Anyways,
park.
but I don't have to. The point is, I don't have to pay $25. It's free.
It's free for everyone.
They have food?
Yeah, they do.
Cool.
They're gonna have like a nice restaurant. We have to stop talking about.
We
the
should.
Gathering.
We should stop. It was great though.
I'd really like it.
Okay,
We
guys.
should talk about it after the.
I have one more question, but before I ask that, I want to talk to you about Oklahoma Shirt Company. They are great, and what they got to say, you should subscribe to their Shirt of the Month Club. $10 get you an Oklahoma themed shirt delivered to you every month. Just for signing up, you get an introductory shirt. Taylor, what other states do they have?
Idaho, New York,
They don't have those.
No, they don't.
California.
They don't have those either.
Missouri, Arkansas. What is that from?
That's John. That's Howard Dean when
Howard
he was
Dean.
running for.
Oh yeah.
When he was running
Okay.
for president,
But I'm
he was
doing the
saying all
Chappelle
the
Show
places he's
version.
gonna go.
Yeah.
Yeah! It was great. Because he screamed like that. That's why it ruined his political career.
It did.
Yeah.
It really did.
It really did.
But you know what will make your political career better? Oklahoma Shirt Company. You can get a Texas themed shirt, Kansas, Missouri. There are others. Go check out their website. They and you can figure out all the ones that they have if you're in another state and listen to us. And we appreciate it if you are. But however, if you have screen printing needs and you want shirts for your business, club, school, friend group, they can do that as well. They work with you to help design the shirts. They're great. They've helped us with the shirts we've made in the past, and they're great to work with. And they have special deals if you have like a church group, school group, things like that. Check them out. Support those that support us. Oklahoma Shirt Company. Guys, are you miffed? And are you peeved?
Miffed and peeved.
Andrew?
So I was in Tulsa all day yesterday,
Yeah,
We left.
that miffed me off too.
around 8 in the morning, and we went to Chick-fil-A before we left, trying to get out of town. Baby won't stop crying. So we're driving out of town, and we said, we got to stop. There's nothing around. There's nothing around to stop at except for a Big Lots.
A Big Lots.
Big Lots.
Interesting.
So I stop at Big Lots,
Okay.
and we go into Big Lots to try to see if we can get him to go to sleep and to calm down.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm. That was pretty.
And you found some deals.
You know what? Big Lots is awesome. I was grateful and blessed. We even went in there. Actually, it's not. Actually, Big Lots gets a bad rap. It's
I don't-
actually pretty great.
I didn't think Big Lots had a rap.
I think it gets a bad rap.
Like, I don't think it had.
I don't know if it has a wrap.
I don't know if there's a general opinion of Big Lots.
Here's my general opinion. It's great.
You know what they got? Deals.
They do. They had essential oils there at Big
Wow.
Lots, and they also have a really nice furniture selection.
Hmm.
I almost talked myself into buying a couch.
Where?
I'll tell you if you buy if
See, Jay's watching, and he just sent us a text that says Big Lots is trash.
if you this is
You
the
know
thing.
what? Jay could not be more wrong.
Here's the
and there's
thing,
nothing
though.
he can say about it.
Here's the thing I'll say
Wow.
about it. If you buy a piece of furniture from Big Lots,
Yeah.
it doesn't last a college semester. Because I have done that.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, I bought a thing to hold my set my TV on.
Oh.
And like it just like slowly started leading throughout the semester. So eventually I was like, I can't have like my TV on this because it's gonna fall.
It looks the furniture looks nice.
It looks nice.
But anyways, Big Lots.
So it'd be
Shout
good
out.
if you like were selling houses. Fill your house with Big Lots
For real.
furniture.
Yeah, for real.
Fill it up with Big Lots. Yeah.
But don't use it.
Don't sit on it.
Don't you
use
dare
it.
use that.
They also, I think, will sell you just the big. It looks like a big TV, but it's made of cardboard to sit on it to like show you
Oh,
what a
yeah.
TV would look like on
Oh,
that.
Nice.
Oh, but you can buy that too.
This Miffed and Peeved has been brought to you by Big Lots.
Big.
We got paid millions of dollars
got
for
paid so
today's
much to do
ads.
But anyways, he eventually did not calm down, and it was a miserable ride home. Okay. Anybody else miffed?
Crying baby. That's
Crying
how-
baby, man.
Tail, you miffed? You piffed?
No. If you haven't noticed, well, did you guys know that Coach Tibbs got fired?
Yeah, I don't
Yes.
know
Can
how
you
didn't
believe
know
that?
this.
Yes.
I've been trying to take a little bit of a sabbatical from
Mm-hmm.
Twitter and Instagram a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It's been good.
And you didn't know that he got fired.
I literally didn't know. So
I
when
know
I
you
texted
didn't.
you guys,
It was like 4 days later.
I was watching the Timberwolves game and I was like, wait, where's Tibbs? I bet he got fired. Sure enough.
He got fired during one of the Thunder games, during the game that was on Sunday. that they
Wow.
played against Washington. At the beginning of the Washington game was when the news dropped, and they didn't. And then they played on Tuesday
Well,
night.
that makes sense. I didn't see the Washington game.
It was horrible.
Yeah,
They played horrible.
Yeah.
Luke, are you miffed?
I'm not miffed.
You're not.
No.
Oh, I have a miffage.
Okay.
I saw this article yesterday that, oh my gosh, how do I say this? Okay, Joshua Tree National Park.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like because of the government shutdown, they don't have staff or whatever.
Yeah.
So people are going in there with like 4-wheelers and just going crazy.
Really?
And like knocking down Joshua trees and
What?
just using the park for whatever because there's not staff to like watch people to stop people.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
It's
I
not
like that.
cool.
I think that's cool.
What's wrong with people?
I gotta go.
What is wrong with people? Like, oh yeah, hell yeah, no one's here.
I want
let's
it all.
go.
This is my dream.
People
to
are like,
destroy this park.
people are like driving their cars in these wilderness areas a
Yeah.
lot more. So now it's like creating roads that aren't supposed to be there in like these pristine natural.
In these national parks.
Yeah.
That is so.
Let's just go to Martin Nature
I'm glad
Park.
you got miffed. I was very miffed when I saw this, so I'm glad you're
So
also
dumb.
miffed.
Let's just go to Martin Nature Park and just go wild. Is
Wreak
that, is that a national park?
I like Martin. Do you like bringing your kids to Martin
Yeah,
Nature
it's
Park?
cool.
It's great. It's
Yeah,
a great park.
We go there.
Man, you guys love parks.
Well, we
This-
have talked about parks.
Brought to you
lots
by
today.
Parks.
It's a great park.
Which Martin?
Any park we've mentioned. It's great.
True. Except Stars and Stripes.
Yeah, Stars and Stripes.
We used to have a big slide, man. It was cool.
It's so hot. Wasn't one of those metals?
Yes, it was. Yeah.
Burns your hand.
It'll burn your buns.